I definitely wasn't expecting it to be, as big as it was, really. I mean, it was a long 15 seconds and it took quite a few takes as well. So it's quite interesting to see what happens behind the scenes. But yeah, it's just feels quite surreal to have actually been there.
A very special moment for him. Now, there's a very big dinner going on tonight at Newark College. There's a special reason for it. It's to celebrate a charitable scheme that's given out 5 million free meals in the last 5 years. And they're meals made from food which otherwise would have just gone to waste. Well, our reporter Rachel Royce is there tonight. Hi, Rachel. What's actually happening there?
Well, there's about 80 guests either chatting or beginning to sit down or sitting down and tucking into their food that's been specially prepared by chefs to celebrate this milestone of 5 million meals getting to people for free. Newark College has been part of this scheme for 2 years now, providing free meals for students. I found out a bit more about that earlier.
Sausage and mash or brie and broccoli bake. What do you fancy?
Sausage and mash, please.
Newark College has 700 students, all of whom might get hungry during the day. But here they're allowed to help themselves to free food.
We provide 3 meals a day for students, so they get breakfast and lunch in college, and they get an evening meal to take away with them. So they can choose a recipe depending on what foods we've got in that day, and they choose then the ingredients they want to go with that recipe. So we really encourage the use of fresh vegetables and fruit to take away for a pudding, something like that. The whole idea of that project is that we get students cooking, learning skills, developing their own health and well-being.
The food is provided by charity FareShare. They work with Waste Not and Very Fast, using farm food that would otherwise go to waste, as well as working with major supermarkets who contribute items near their sell-by date. But what do the students make of it?
I've taken a couple of sausages, I've taken stuff like peppers and that, which we wouldn't normally have, nice vegetables, just for side bits on our meals.
And what does your mum think of you contributing more to cooking and so on?
She's loving it. She's liking the fact that I'm bringing different foods home instead of the same foods all the time.
They like it because I think it's good that now you're old enough that you can bring stuff home as well. And I cook it for them as well when I get home.
Tonight, chefs have brought food to the college that's already been prepared.
So all the vegetables we're using today are surplus vegetables that normally would be just ploughed back into the fields. So our kitchens receive a weekly Waste Not box. So we produce a simple soup, a salad or some great roasted roots.
All that's needed now is to plate up and let tonight's guests enjoy their food. Well, everybody is tucking in now, enjoying their meals. I'm joined by 2 guests. That's Jess Latchford from Waste Not and Penny from the college, of course. Jess, 5 million meals. How does that happen?
Well, we work directly with growers and farmers up and down the UK to source surplus produce that would otherwise be ploughed back into the ground. They have to grow over by a certain percentage that would be wasted. So we make sure it's got a route to market, commercial value, and we make sure that the farmer is recompensed. We work directly with FareShare to make sure that it gets to where it's needed the most. And we work with people like Newark College to be able to offer food to people that otherwise wouldn't be able to afford it.
And FareShare use supermarket food as well as farm food, I think?
They do use supermarket food as well, yeah. We are pre-harvest produce, so it's food that is still in the ground, and it's enabled by a fund called Surplus with Purpose that comes from DEFRA directly to FareShare.
And is it about saving the planet, helping farmers, or helping people who are struggling?
So we tackle a few problems with what we do. It's about fighting food waste predominantly, but it also tackles climate change. We only work with farmers that regeneratively grow, and we also make sure that food is where it's needed most.
Thank you. And Penny, what is on the menu tonight?
On the menu tonight is barbecue glazed artichoke with purple sprouting broccoli, tahini hummus, celeriac and beetroot and turnip warm salad, and followed by apple and malted custard tart with butternut squash sorbet.
Well, that all sounds gorgeous. It's a waste not, want not scheme that helps everybody served in a gourmet way, and I've been invited for dinner.
Oh, I would hope that you had been, Rachel. I hope all of us have been invited to dinner because we could just hop up the A46 and get to Newark. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go to